happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics. And today we got a reaction to, I'm going to give the English, Construction by Chico Buarque versus Reminds Me of a Beautiful Dream by Fausto. Hopefully I didn't butcher these guys. I cannot speak Spanish. I wished I could. It's one of my biggest regrets in life. I didn't take it when I was young, but that's another story. This one's brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter and patron of the channel, Fran. Thank you, Fran. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below, the Patreon link on the end screen. We could not do it without them. I always love Fran's battles because it challenged me. I don't know anything about either one of these artists. Never heard of them. These songs are not in English, but I love tackling these things. You may look at me and go, dude, you're totally unqualified to do this. And you would be 100% correct. But I still love doing it. I still love taking on these foreign language things because I learn a lot. We say it all the time around here. You don't got to understand the lyrics to understand and feel the music. Fran says, this month I would like to suggest a battle between two classics of the music sang in Portuguese. A battle between Brazil and Portugal. So first off, we're going to go with Construction by Chico off an album of the same name in 1971, his 8th studio album. He's got a great story. So if you're watching this, you probably know it, but I'm going to share it with you if you don't know it. He's a Brazilian singer-songwriter, guitarist, composer, playwright, writer, and poet. I mean, let's not be so lazy, right? He's best known for his music, which often includes social, economic, and cultural reflections on Brazil. Say that again. We're going to get into that. He performed as a singer and a guitarist in the 1960s, as well as writing a play that was deemed dangerous by the Brazilian military dictatorship at the time. Him, along with several tropicalists and MPB musicians, were threatened by the Brazilian military government and eventually left Brazil for Italy in 1969, fearing for their lives. However, he came back to Brazil the next year in 1970, continued to record, perform, and write, though much of his material was suppressed by government censors. He released several more albums in the 80s, published 3 albums in the 90s and 2000s. The album this is taken from, the Construction album, was composed in periods between his exile in Italy and his return to Brazil. Lyrically, it's loaded with criticisms of the Brazilian military dictatorship, which you can imagine because he fled there because of them, right? Especially with regard to the censorship imposed by the government at the time. It's widely regarded by music critics as one of the greatest Brazilian albums of all time, while its title track, this song, was named as Brazil's greatest song ever by Rolling Stone magazine in 2009. The lyrics are in Brazilian Portuguese, with a Spanish version being released later. The song, now this is really interesting here. The song is made up of 14 syllables, verses, and each sentence ends with a proper octone word. I said that quick because I don't know what that is. The musical arrangements are by the musician Rogério Dupré. The song was featured in the 2016 Summer Olympics opening ceremony in Rio de Janeiro. It narrates the events of the last day of a construction worker's life who was killed in the course of his daily activities. The song tells a story from the beginning of his day until the death. Over 3 sections of verses or stanzas, the narrator observes, organizes, and communicates the daily activities that took place in a circular narration, sung in a reiterative melody and poetic structure. Modifying the viewing angle in each section. Now, this is very interesting, so we're going to have to watch for this, and if you speak the language, you're going to be able to do it. By changing the placement of the last word. So he keeps moving that last word into the next line, and it still makes sense. He described it as being put together, quote, as if they were pieces of a board game. So I've never heard of this before, this songwriting technique. I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. I'm going to have the English lyrics up. So I don't know if it'll be a straight translation and I'll be able to see the beauty of it, but this sounds like an incredibly complex way to write a song and very impressive. So let's go with this. Like I said, I'm going to have the English lyrics up. Thanks again, Frank.
Amor daquela vez como se fosse a última. Beijou sua mulher como se fosse a última. E cada filho seu como se fosse o único. E atravessou a rua com seu passo tímido. Subiu a construção como se fosse máquina. Ergueu no patamar 4 paredes sólidas. Tijolo com tijolo num desenho mágico. Seus olhos embotados de cimento e lágrima. Sentou pra descansar como se fosse sábado. pássaro. E se acabou no chão feito um pacote flácido, agonizou no meio do passeio público. Morreu na contramão atrapalhando o tráfego.
Amor daquela vez,
Como se fosse o último.
beijou sua mulher,
Como se fosse a única.
e cada filho seu,
Como se fosse o pródigo e atravessou a rua com seu passo bêbado.
subiu a construção como se fosse sólido.
Ergueu no patamar 4 paredes mágicas.
Tijolo com tijolo num desenho lógico.
Seus olhos embotados de cimento e tráfego.
Sentou pra descansar como se fosse um príncipe. Comeu feijão com arroz como se fosse o máximo. Bebeu e soluçou como se fosse máquina. Dançou e gargalhou como se fosse o próximo.
E tropeçou no céu como se ouvisse música.
E flutuou no ar como se fosse sábado. E se acabou no chão feito um pacote tímido. Agonizou no meio do passeio náufrago.
Morreu na contramão atrapalhando o público. Amou daquela vez como se fosse máquina.
Beijou sua mulher como se fosse lógico.
Ergueu no patamar 4 paredes plácidas.
Sentou pra descansar como se fosse um pássaro.
E flutuou no ar como se fosse um príncipe.
E se acabou no chão feito um pacote bêbado. Morreu na contramão atrapalhando o sábado. Por esse pão pra comer, por esse chão pra dormir, a certidão pra nascer e a concessão pra sorrir. Por me deixar respirar, por me deixar existir. Pela cachaça de graça que a gente tem que engolir, pela fumaça desgraça que a gente tem que tossir, pelos andames pingentes que a gente tem que cair. Carpinteira pra nos louvar e cuspir, e pelas moscas bicheiras a nos beijar e cobrir, e pela paz derradeira que fim vai nos redimir.
Construction, Chico flat out bringing it on this song. That song was fantastic. The writing on it, the arrangement, for the first, I would say 1/3 of the song, maybe the first 40% of the song, it's pretty laid back. And then we just get all these different textures, these horns and all these different just things coming in to build the drama of the song. And the song's got a lot of verses. Now the verses repeat. Right? It's got 5 verses and the verses are pretty long. So it's hard. I can track for a little while because this isn't a side-by-side comparison. So I can track for a little while, but then I get lost a little bit on where he is. I can kind of guess, though, by the way the drama of the music changed to bring you in to the song itself, very cinematic, right? And just talking about this worker, right? This construction worker. You know, he made love to his wife as the last time. He kissed his wife as the last one. And each of his kids, they were the only ones. And kind of talks about as he climbed the construction as if he were a machine. He built 4 solid walls on the balcony, brick after brick in a magical design. His eyes dull with cement and tears. Then he took a rest and ate. And he danced and laughed as if he heard music. And he stumbled towards the skies as if he were an alcoholic. And he floated through the air as if he were a bird. And he ended up on the ground like a limp lump. And he agonized in the middle of the sidewalk. He died disturbing the wrong side of traffic. So this song, obviously, it's so well done, but it's tragic. But it's also showing the worth of the, quote, blue-collar workers or laborers, that they're not worth much to people, right? He doesn't describe somebody saving them. He describes somebody as he's agonized in the middle of this public sidewalk. He died disturbing the wrong side of traffic. He inconvenienced some people. I mean, what a horrible thing. And then verse 3 kind of repeats verse 1 a little bit and then builds on it. And so we just kind of get the story this way. And the outro, and I'm always a little leery. I say this every time, but on translations, because you don't know if they're exactly right. Before there's bread to eat and there's floor to sleep on, registration to be born, permission to laugh, for letting me breathe and for letting me exist. May God pay you back. For the disgraceful smoke we have to cough, for the scaffold's pendants from which people must fall, may God pay you back. For that harpy that will one day entice us, spit upon us, and for the flies and kisses that will come to smother us, and for the ultimate peace that will finally redeem us, may God pay you back. So treating the people who people view as lower class, laborers, whatever, who make things, who make this world go. And so I think this song is fantastic. And obviously he was feeling in a very honest kind of way, considering he wrote this from when he was exiled in Italy and also when he came back to Brazil. We don't know when he wrote this song particularly, but that was when he wrote this album. So what a fantastic song. Fausto's really going to have to bring it on this. He's got Reminds Me of a Beautiful Dream from the album Up the River in 1982. He's a Portuguese composer and singer. He released his first album, self-titled Fausto, with which he won the Revelation Award in 1969. And we got another little war going on. During the Portuguese colonial war, he was conscripted to the theater of military operations in Portuguese Guiana. And by refusing to perform military service, he became a military absentee. So both these guys were up against it in different ways, right? After the Carnation Revolution of 1974, he distanced himself from the Prec-inspired protest songs and embraced Portuguese traditional music with strong influences from traditional music. He had 12 albums recorded between 1970 and 2011, so over a 40-year career. 10 originals, 1 re-recorded compilation, 1 live album. This is his 6th album. It's the first in a trilogy. It's based on the travels of Fernando Mendes Pinto, reported in his book Peregrination in 1614. It is generally considered by critics to be one of the most striking albums of Portuguese popular music in recent decades. In 2009, this was considered the 4th best album of the 1980s by Blitz magazine. So high praise there as well. And yes, I almost dropped my headphones, but I grabbed them, man. I grabbed them. All right, let's go. Beautiful guitar work, man. Beautiful.
Lembra-me sonho lindo, quase acabado. Lembra-me céu aberto, outro fechado. Está lâmpada em sangue estrangulada.
Estoura no peito um grito à desfilada. Canta roxinol, canta, não me des pena. Cresce, girassol, cresce entre açucenas. Afaga-me o corpo todo se te pertenço. Rasga-me o ventre ardendo em fumos de incenso. Lembra-me um sonho lindo, quase acabado. Lembra-me um céu aberto, outro fechado. Está lamada em sangue, estrangulada. Estoura no peito um grito à desfilada. Ai, como eu te quero. Ai, de madrugada. Ai, alma da terra. Ai, que linda, assim deitada. Ai, como eu te amo. Ai, tão sossegada. Ai, vejo-te o corpo. Ai, seara, tão desejada. Canta, roxinol, canta, não me des pena. Cresce, gira, sol,
what a song, man. You feel Fausto's passion in this song, right? It's about this woman that he's in love with, that he wants, and he's describing how it would be to be with her, but he's got all this other stuff kind of to battle, but he's reminded, of this in a beautiful dream. He's dreaming it. Sing, nightingale, sing, don't give me feathers. Grow, sunflower, grow between the white lilies. Caress my whole body if I belong to you. Rip through my waist, burning in smokes of incense. This man is going, but it starts out with, reminds me of a beautiful dream. Almost at the end, reminds me of a sky that was open and another one closed. In me snaps a vein and blood strangled. From the chest bursts out a scream as if it were parading. And then we get that sing, nightingale, sing. I tell you that because there's really only 2 verses in this song, but he'll add something to it in there. And there's this little bridge in the middle, but you feel his passion. The arrangement is absolutely fantastic. All kinds of stuff going on. And the production, if you have headphones on, sometimes his voice will be in your left ear, sometimes it'll be in the right. And then sometimes it'll be in the right, but the harmonizing comes in the left. Like, it's such a well done track all the way around. And like I said, you just feel his energy. So it's a different kind of track than Construction. I think this one is more sonically pleasing. I think that Construction is better written. So that's going to take me to my winner. It is really a 50-50, right? Like I said, it reminds me of a beautiful dream sonically, because I can't understand the language. Sounds better on first listen, and it's produced so well. But the lyrics of Construction are absolute fire, absolutely spot on in 1971, and absolutely spot on right now where I live in the United States. Spot on. So I'm going to have to go with Construction. It's probably like a 55-45 split for me, but I need to know what you think. Which one of these is your favorite and why? Help out the guy who doesn't speak the language. But I'll tell you what, I greatly enjoy this. Fran educates me all the time. So give Fran some love in the comments down below. If you haven't already, give this a thumbs up. Hit that big red subscribe button. We got over 2,800 videos up. You're going to find something that you like. Until next time, guys, I will see you.